We have Andrew Rees, founder name Whitebox. Whitebox is a proprietary live debugging tool for software and provides real-time feedback as programmers edit their code, encouraging faster iteration and maintenance flow. In BetaDen, Andrew has developed the commercial route to market for this technology to industry users.
Hi, I'm Andrew Rees, the founder and lead developer of Whitebox Systems. We're making Whitebox, a tool to show software developers how their code behaves in real time as they write it, which I started work on to fix frustrations I'd experienced from a decade of programming using my background in ergonomics and human factors design. I'm here to find developer studios interested in shaping the future of programming tools and university lecturers who could trial Whitebox with their students. I'm also looking for specialists in bringing software to market to come on board the Whitebox team. The world is increasingly reliant on software. You probably run most of your life on it, particularly if you're one of the many people who's recently moved to working at home. And in industry, it's used everywhere from logistics to medical machinery. Unfortunately, software is full of bugs. I'm sure you've experienced crashes and inscrutable error messages. The issues bugs cause range in severity from frustrating to financially damaging to fatal, as with the recent Boeing plane crashes. The costs of buggy software are huge. At the economy scale, over $2 trillion was lost in the US in 2020 due to poor quality software. And it's expensive at the scale of the company and individual programmer as well, with a Cambridge study showing that half of development time is spent debugging. Unfortunately, it's not a problem that's fixing itself. One study found that massive software failures are happening at an increasing rate. So, what's the underlying problem here? Fundamentally, programming is hard. Our human brains are not good at pretending to be computers, so even experienced programmers frequently make errors. As a result, we have to rely on tools to check that the code does what we expect. It takes a long time to get feedback with current debugging tools, which haven't changed much for multiple decades. You can think of writing code as a bit like writing the recipe for a cake. After you've written it, you still need to mix all the ingredients together, put them in the oven, and wait for it to bake. Only then can you try it and see if it tastes as you expect. If it doesn't taste quite right, you have to change a few items on the recipe and go through the whole process again. What you really want to be able to do is change the text of the recipe and immediately be able to taste the new version of the cake. This is what Whitebox lets programmers do with their code. The feedback that existing debuggers provide also tends to be inadequate. It's normally text only and only shows data for a single instance in time. This is a bit like trying to understand a spreadsheet, where you're limited to only ever seeing a single row at once. What you really need is to be able to see the context of the data in the rest of the spreadsheet, or even better, graph how the data changes across time. Whitebox lets programmers do both of these. I've created Whitebox to address these issues. It helps give developers a deeper understanding of how their and their team's code works, with visual models that allow for a big picture view and drilling down into the details. Immediate feedback means that many bugs can be caught as they're introduced, preventing more time wasted down the line. Developers are constantly making small design decisions, and because Whitebox reduces the time to get feedback on these from minutes to seconds, a huge amount of time and frustration can be saved over the days and weeks of development. So how does Whitebox do this? It compiles, runs, and debugs the small section of code being worked on in the background, and is always available to show you how your code behaves as you change it. Because Whitebox captures the entire run of a function, it can show how data values evolve across time. Here's a screenshot of Whitebox's current alpha release. There's a lot going on, so I'll just pick out a few key points. The code editor is on the left, and Whitebox is on the right. Whitebox runs in a separate application and can connect to lots of different editors via plugin, so users don't have to lose muscle memory or disrupt the rest of their workflow to incorporate it. I'll also point out the graph of a variable's value changing over time, as well as a timeline interface similar to those found in video editing software that shows the context of other data values and their changes. I'm very proud of the feedback we've received from early users, which affirms that people are actually seeing the benefits we've intended, as well as changing people's perception of their interaction with the computer. Most gratifying is the feedback that echoes our aim of reinvigorating the software development process. Let's take a glance at how Whitebox fits in with existing tools for improving code correctness and understanding. There are a number of points in the programming process where tools can provide feedback. While planning the code, while writing it, while running the application, or at any and all times in the background. Whitebox does not replace the primary use case for any existing tool, but fills a gap where currently there are only partial workarounds, when you want to quickly check the code you've just written does what you expect. Regarding tests, developers are often aware of their benefits, but are unwilling to put in the time up front. One nice side effect of the way Whitebox works is that you'll end up getting unit tests for free. And when things do go wrong, it's not just a black box that tells you what has failed. Whitebox can show you why they failed as well. Although Whitebox's technology does not preclude other languages, the initial focus is on C and C++, which are the dominant compiled languages, particularly in game development and safety-critical industries. Game development is an initial focus because it has existing cultural norms, unlike other market segments, where speed of innovation has inculcated both a requirement and willingness to spend money on tools that improve productivity. Following battle testing in the virtual world of gaming, Whitebox will progress to safety-critical applications in the real world, where quality really matters as the cost of errors can be injury or death. Currently, we have an alpha version of Whitebox that early adopters have paid to use, and on which they're providing feedback. These include developers from major AAA game studios, including Blizzard and CD Projekt Red. These users, as well as others interested in Whitebox, have congregated on my online Discord community, where we discuss its future development. Whitebox has been recognised with the Young Innovators Award from Innovation UK and acceptance onto the BetaDen Tech Accelerator. BetaDen has been particularly helpful in establishing Whitebox as a brand, as well as providing mentorship and a peer group of other entrepreneurs. So if you're a member of or know any studios with 1 to 20 C or C++ developers, or computer science departments that will be interested in shaping the future of programming tools, please let me know. Or if you have any contacts with experience in bringing software to market, particularly in the game industry, then again, please let me know. If you would like to see more or get in touch, here's how you can do so. There is a more detailed demonstration of Whitebox in use on the website. I'm Andrew Rees from Whitebox Systems. Thank you very much for listening.